Module 7, Images and Integrating, Part 7. We're down to the end of the chapter. And we'll be using an Excel worksheet and inserting a graphics file into the worksheet. This is the same worksheet we've been working with all along. And what we're going to do is make a space at the top. And the way we'll do that is by inserting a set of rows. We could go up to the Insert tab and insert sheet rows if we wanted to, and we get options. But there's another way to do it. And if we, oh, I keep doing that. Go away, Copilot. If we go over to the row numbers, to the headers of the rows, and use the pointing arrow to select 6 rows worth, not the 7th row. This is my 3rd time on this video because I kept missing 6. I can't count. I was taking the whole thing. Count 6 rows. And if you do it from the headers, then it will go all the way across the spreadsheet is the deal. Anyway, and if we go up to insert, it will know automatically that it's going to insert 6 rows above where you started, and it moved the chart as well. So that's really convenient. And now then that we've taken care of that, we're going to type a title for our spreadsheet. And let's see, we could have clicked the check mark up there, but I always press the enter key. I always do that. And up on the home tab in the styles group, we'll click cell styles. Yours is probably open, mine is not. And I'll go down and choose title style, which conveniently spreads itself out. Or we could have done merge and center if it didn't work. That's okay, whichever works. And now what we're going to do is up here in cell A1, we're going to insert a graphic. So we'll click in A1 and then insert a picture. We're in the illustrations group. We're going to insert a picture. Now, not in your book, but on here are 2 choices. You could place it in a cell, in which case it goes right into the cell. Can you see? Or over a cell, in the cell or over a cell. And they didn't tell us which one to use, so I'm going to put it over the cell. And it says insert a picture on top of the grid floating outside the boundaries of the cell. And because I'm going to put it in the middle. From where? From this device. And from where do you want to take it? I have my things up here in that's where I kept them, downloads folder. And it's the only JPEG in the folder, so we'll take that one. Double click or one click and insert. And let's reduce the size of him so he fits in the little box. Yeah, like that. Okay. Now then, we're going to, that was step 5, by the way. And now then with the image selected, and you can tell it's selected because it has the little circles around it, that opens the picture format tab at the top, and we're going to apply a style. The More button there, that's the down arrow with a line above it. The More button gives you lots of choices. And just since we're here, if you were to go over to the Format Picture, it's a crooked, a diagonal down arrow. And if you were to open that, it would open actually a pane with all kinds of choices, but they're duplicated for the most part up here. There are more choices down here, but I don't need it for this. So we'll go back to the styles, and they suggested that you hover your mouse over various options and see what they would look like if you chose them. But the one they want us to choose is this one, this bevel rectangle. And then let's go up to the picture border. And depending on what theme you chose, we didn't choose a theme, so we take what they give us. We could have changed the theme. In the theme colors, this first green one here on the right-hand side is the green, whatever they called it, green something or other. Green accent 6. So we'll choose that color. If you don't have the same colors, it means you have a different theme. You can't see the green too much. It's a little tiny green border. Do you see it? It's tiny. That's okay, whatever. And then they want us to go to the picture effects and go down to glow, which puts a bigger border around it, as you can see, and different sizes of borders. But they want us to go to more glow colors because I don't like those colors. I want my own color. And then we'll go over and choose that same green again. Then this is going to put a glow around the outside border as well. Here, let's go back up and see. You see how we had the little border and now we have a glow around the little border. Why did we choose that? Because that's what the book wants you to practice so you'll remember how to do all those skills. And I think I need to make him just a little bit smaller there so his glow still shows, and I kind of put him in the center. Yeah, like that. We should save, right? Control S to save. No, I did Control 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 S to save. Control X is the one that gets rid of it. Oh, that's pretty funny. And then one thing else they want us to do is to change to landscape orientation preview. Okay, fine. So we'll do either file print, or I can do Control P, and that's my preview. And since I already did this before, I already changed the orientation from portrait to landscape. So that's already done. And that's the end of this lesson. Now, if you look at the next page with SmartArt Graphics, they started on the previous page telling you about these SmartArt graphics and what they can do for you. They're like pictures with words in them. You probably know them from PowerPoint. We can go to the Insert tab, and in the Illustrations group, one of them is SmartArt. There are several individual categories depending on what kind of thing you are trying to portray. Then there are choices within these. And then for each choice you might make on the right-hand side, don't worry about the colors now, colors comes later. There's an explanation of what kinds of data you might put in that kind of a box. Then once you choose one, I'll just choose this one, whatever, okay, just so you can see. What it does is put up the outline of the box of the graphic for you, and it gives you an outline. So this is, I don't know, apples and banana. This is silly, but whatever. I always have food on my mind. And apples, bananas, and cherries. If I need to make a sub organization, you can have sour cherries, and you can have maraschino, is that right? No, cherries, and so on. So you can have a sub outline, and you type the outline over here. The text shows up in these boxes over here. Let me get rid of these two that I don't need. And that's my graphic. Then if I go back and select the graphic again, I'll get two tabs up at the top, a SmartArt Design, and we were just looking at styles before. So all kinds of styles, and you can change the colors, and then you can do other kinds of formatting in it, and so on. And so that starts on the previous lesson, the previous page, and then it continues on this lesson with more instructions about how you can resize parts of it and move it around in your graphic, and so that the final size is what you want and where you want it. Like move it way down here or something like that. Anyway, that's the idea. Very handy, and they can be added to spreadsheets as well as in PowerPoint. They are a good way to visually depict information similar to the way you do with a chart, but a different intent.